Hello students, today we will discuss a topic of class 9th mathematics, which is statistics. Okay, see, statistics basically is a branch of mathematics which deals with the collection, organization, representation and interpretation of the data. In this branch we learn how to collect the data, how to organize the data, how to represent the data in various forms, and how to get informations from the data, how to interpret the data. Okay, now the data is of two types, primary and secondary. This is on the basis of how the data is collected. Okay, I'll explain what is primary data. Primary data is basically that data which is collected by the investigator himself for a special purpose in his mind. For example, suppose I am the maths teacher of your class and I am preparing the maths UT test marks slip. Okay, then I will collect all your maths marks and prepare a list. That will be the list prepared by me. That will be the primary data for me. And suppose your class teacher asks for the maths marks to collect the result of unit test. Okay, then he or she will use my data, that is maths marks, to collect the make the result of the unit test. Then that data will be used again by him or her, okay, for another purpose, for making the result of yours, and that will be secondary data for him or her. Okay students, now let us discuss some terms related to statistics. Okay, the terms such as raw data, arrayed data, range of data and frequency. We'll discuss this all. First of all, the raw data. Suppose I have taken a test of maths and noted down the marks of 10 students out of 20. Okay, the marks are written randomly. As I have asked to the students, I have just noted it down randomly. These marks are in right now in the form raw data. This is the unclassified data. Okay, it is not arranged in a proper way. Now if the same sequence is arranged in a proper order, suppose this is ascending order, it can also be arranged in the descending order. Okay, so this data will be called arrayed data if the data is arranged into either ascending form or descending form. Okay, now what is range of data? Range actually is the difference of the maximum value and the minimum value. You have to find the maximum and minimum value from the data and subtract them. Find out the maximum value from the data. The maximum is written at the end, that is 19. And what is the minimum value? This is 3. So 19 minus 3 will be 16. This will be the range of the data. Okay, now we'll discuss what is frequency. Frequency is basically the number of times a particular observations occurs in a data. Suppose here 3 is occurring just once in the data, so frequency of 3 will be 1. And see, 11 is occurring twice in the data, so the frequency of 11 is 2. Okay students, we have already seen that how marks of 10 students were arranged in the arrayed form. Okay, arrayed data. Now we will learn how we will represent the same data in another form. Okay, that is group data. Group data can be expressed in two ways. First is exclusive and second one is inclusive. I'll differentiate between them. Suppose we divide this whole data into four groups, like four class intervals: 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15 and 15 to 20. When we'll take the group 0 to 5, this 0 is called the lower limit, and 5 will be called the upper limit. Okay, now we'll just check how many students got marks between 0 and 5. We can see only 3. 5 will not be included because this is exclusive form. In this form we don't include the upper limit. Okay, 0 to 5 there is only 1, that is 3. 5 to 10, 10 will not be included. Okay, so there are 5, 7 and 9, means 3 are there. So likewise we have written all the numbers there, all 10 are there. Okay, now we'll just see how this will be represented in inclusive form, like 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15 and 16 to 20. In this both upper and lower limit both are included. Okay, suppose 1 to 5, so we can see two members are there, two students have got marks between 1 and 5, so I have written 2 here. 6 to 10, you can also see that 7 and 9, 2 members are also there. So I have written 2. Likewise, this table will be completed. I hope you all are understanding. Okay. Okay students, let us discuss a question now. The question is, the distance of 40 engineers from their residence to their workplace are as follows. 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers and so on. These all are the distances of the engineers workplace to their residence. Okay, we have to construct a frequency distribution table with class size 10. So what we have done, we have divided this whole data into 4 groups. Okay, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and 30 to 40. This data is up to 40 just because not because these are 40 engineers. This is just because the distances which are given to us are not greater than 40. So we have constructed this table up to 40 only. If any value is greater than 40 you found here, then you can just add up one more group to this. Okay, so let us count how many engineers distances lie between certain class intervals. Like the first one, 0 to 10, we will see one value and we will find out in which class interval it lies. Okay, just see, the first one is 5, which lies between the first class interval. So before the first class interval we will draw one tally mark. The 3 will also lie in the same group, so one more tally mark we will add. Okay, then 10 will not lie in this because the upper limit is not included in this, so 10 will go in the next one. So 10 will be here in the second group. Then it is 20 will not be included here, it will go in the next group. Okay, then 25 is there, 25 lies in the same group, 20 to 30. Okay, then it is 11 comes into this, so one more. Then it is 13 also lies in the same, so it is 13 here. Then it is 7 lies in the first one, and then it is 12 lies here. Then 31 lies in the last one. Okay, likewise we will prepare all the just take all the values and just see where it lies. Okay, you will prepare the frequency distribution table and you will get the values like in the first group we will get 16 members, in the second group we will get 20 members, in the third group we will get 2 members, and in the fourth group we will get again 2 members. How will the tally marks go? This is 5, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 1 extra. These are 5 and 1, 16 members. 20 we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 here, 2 here and 2 here also. The frequency distribution table is prepared. The total of the frequencies is written at the bottom. Okay students? Now we will discuss how the data is represented graphically. Okay, now we will see 3 ways of representing the data. The first one is a bar graph, second one is a histogram, and third one by a frequency polygon. The bar graphs looks like this, means rectangular bars are separated equal distances. Okay, in histogram the rectangles are joined end to end to each other, and in frequency polygon first we plot the points, then we join them by straight lines. Okay, this is how frequency polygon looks like. Okay students, let us take a question now. A man with a monthly salary of 25,000 plans his budget for a month as given below. He spends 10,000 for the food items, 2,000 for clothing, 8,000 on education, and 5,000 he saves in the month. And we have to draw a bar graph with the following information. How will we draw the bar graph? Let us see now. First of all, we will draw the axis, x-axis and y-axis. Then at equal distances we will mark on y-axis and on x-axis also. We will choose a scale now. The scale I have chosen is on y-axis 1 unit is 2,000 rupees. You can see 2,000, 4,000. To me these are the equal intervals of 2,000 rupees. This scale can be chosen by you according to the space you have. This can be of your choice. You can choose 1,000 in place of 2,000, then 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Likewise it will be slightly upwards. So you can draw it by your choice. I have taken 2,000. So just see first one is food, that is 10,000. So it has been up to 10,000, a bar graph of some fixed width. Then the next one is clothing, that is of 2,000, that will come up to 2,000 only. The next one, the education, which is of 8,000, so it will be as high as 8,000 bar. And the last one is saving, that is 5,000, which will be marked between 4,000 and 6,000, so that is 5,000. So this is how the bar graph is represented by a given information. Students, as we have discussed how data can be represented graphically, data can be represented graphically in three ways, such as bar graph, histogram and frequency polygon, out of which this bar graph we have already discussed, and histogram and frequency polygon, these two topics have been deleted by the CBSE for this year. Okay, so and one more topic is there in NCERT book, that is measures of central tendency. That topic contains mean, median and mode, which you have read already in class 8 also, but this topic has also been deleted from your syllabus by CBSE. Okay, so students, in this session we have covered about the terms related to statistics, such as primary data, secondary data, raw data, arrayed data, range of the data, frequency, the frequency distribution table preparation, and also how to represent the data in the form of a bar graph. Okay, so that's all for this session, students. I hope all of you have understood how to use this statistics in your daily life. Thank you.